Crunchies. I was so excited to do this video because I'm completely passionate about nutrition. In college, I studied it a little, but not much. It was to fill my science requirement because I was really bad at biology. And I thought I chose the wrong major because nutrition is what really lit me up and I was passionate about it. It was fun. After college, I decided to take it up as a hobby and just learn it myself. So I started trying to figure out what was healthy, what wasn't healthy, what foods were universal among all the different diets. I would give myself trials of certain diets, usually about a month or 2 months. And since that time, it's been about 8 years of trying all these different diets. I have tried, I'm a nerd, okay?
Paleo, vegan, vegetarian, keto, traditional diet, nourishing traditions, Weston A. Price diet, GAPS diet, gluten-free, dairy-free, bodybuilding diet, the Tone It Up plan, Trim Healthy Mama, Whole30, carb cycling, the Yeast Connection diet, and the Mediterranean diet, and autoimmune paleo as well.
So I have tried all sorts of diets. I really have fun doing that. I like to get a cookbook and just totally immerse myself in that world. And I'm not always on a diet or on a lifestyle. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I'm not always on a lifestyle. I have what is my lifestyle where I know how I need to eat at this point. But to get there, I kind of had to see how my body responded to different things. Just note, these generally were not for weight loss. I wasn't trying to lose all this weight and trying to eat a certain way for weight loss, except for the time that was the bodybuilding, that was for a physique. But generally, I eat for health. I don't eat for physique. The physique comes. It's just kind of the bonus from eating healthy and exercising. Things I will not do. I will not do diets that deprive, diets that make you eat all this processed crud, but it's not healthy, because my whole thing is I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy because I want to heal certain things, and I also feel that I can be my best self, that I can be the best Lauren when I'm healthy. And I can go out in the world and just conquer it with high energy and enthusiasm, but I have to eat healthy to do that. Also, I want to be a good mom. I want to be able to be healthy for my kids. I want to model it so that they are healthy, because I want my children to live long, full lives. So you probably came here so we could talk about how are you supposed to eat? So there are different variables when it comes to how you should eat. And I'm just going to give an example here. I am Latina, and we have Latina. I am like a white girl, totally. But I have Central American heritage. I have Native American heritage, some Spanish. And so you can kind of think of the cultures, like what they might have been eating. And one of those things would be legumes, beans. And I tolerate beans very well. There are many diets on this list where I had to avoid beans, paleo being one of them. And I always thought that was strange because beans never bothered me. On the other hand, my husband cannot tolerate beans. Not at all. And I've had several Caucasian friends who cannot tolerate beans. Now, I'm not an expert. I don't know if there is a connection there, but it just would make sense to me that because their bodies might not have evolved from the place of their ancestors eating beans, whereas I might have, so that would just make sense that a Mexican would be able to eat beans, right? I'd be really sad if a Mexican couldn't eat beans. So that is one example of a bio-individuality where we're going to need different things. I probably just confused the issue even more. So I'm saying, like, there's all these diets and your needs might be different than other people's needs. But the trick is to find a clean diet, like kind of a blank slate diet, and then reintroduce foods and figure out how they affect you. The reason you want to do the blank slate is because you kind of get a tolerance to stuff, and almost every diet that I have done explains it this way. say you have this terrible tree in your front yard and it gives you the worst allergies. After a while, you kind of get numb to that. You kind of get numb to the sneezing and itching. It's just kind of like, oh, that's just how I feel all the time. Well, say you leave out of town and you feel amazing, and then you come back and you're by that tree again and you're like, oh, this tree was making me feel terrible, because you didn't know it before, because you were just used to it. So that's why cutting out sugar, cutting out coffee, cutting out, white flour, possibly cutting out a food group. Maybe you're going to see if eggs bother you. Maybe you're going to see if grains bother you. You can kind of do your own thing and then reintroduce the foods one at a time to figure out what is bothering you. I heard somewhere, and this made me so mad. I heard the food that you're craving the most is probably the food that's killing you, because your body is like craving. Cravings aren't healthy. Like, you shouldn't be feeling so ravenous for a specific thing. And I crave peanut butter. I really do. But I know through the, taking it out and then reintroducing it, every time I've done that, I come out like sensitive to peanut butter. So I know it's not good for me. And right now I'm not craving it. I haven't eaten it in a while. I'm not craving it. But when I start eating it, my body's ravenous for it. Another food that I crave, that I love, is cayenne pepper. And yes, there's lots of studies that say cayenne pepper is super healthy, and it is healthy, but it's not good for me. And I literally use it like pepper. Some people use salt and black pepper. I use salt and cayenne pepper on every meal, because I'm just like ravenous for that flavor. Well, tell you what, I took it out and then I put it back in, and I couldn't tolerate it. Like, it was giving me a stomach ache just to eat it. And I'm literally using like a teaspoon. I was using a teaspoon with every meal. And so when I realized I was sensitive to it, I just thought, well, that figures. There's that quote again, that thing you're craving is probably the thing that's killing you. So check into your cravings, and that might be a clue where to start your search on what foods trigger you, or maybe they don't trigger you, and that would be amazing. A pretty basic diet is the Whole30 diet. I would recommend the Whole30 because it's basically eating healthful, real foods for 30 days. And they have programs, they have a nice book, and it takes you day by day. Something I didn't love about the Whole30 is that I couldn't eat legumes, and then also eggs. I ate too many eggs. I think I'm sensitive to eggs in excess. And because the Whole30 is just like your meat or eggs, and then your healthy option on the side, your vegetable, I ate a lot of eggs, and I think that wasn't very good for me. So be careful also in that, to try to plan your meals so you're not just eating boiled eggs all the time, which is pretty much what I did. But the Whole30 is a nice starting point, and then you can kind of tweak further and figure out what works for you, what doesn't. But of all these diets, I mentioned it already, I'm going to mention it again. What they all have in common: no sugar, no white flour, and then the other things are kind of debated. Fermented food, grain at all, rice or oats. Some say yes, some say no. So it's really just going to depend. I'm in a mommy's group, and there's a Facebook page for it, and one of the moms posted, "I'm so overwhelmed with all the diet advice and the different diets. Which one's the best? Like, just tell me which one's the best." So I think a healthy attitude to adopt is just to do you. You do you, and you do what works for you. If eating fermented food makes you feel great, eat fermented food. Eating rice is fine. eat rice. If you want to soak your rice and have better digestibility, do that. Do what works for your body. Cultivating an awareness of what is good for you is healthy. It's healthy to know yourself. And also, don't beat yourself up if you mess up. Don't worry about it. Just start over the next meal, the next day. Yeah, you could start over the next bite. If you mess up, it's okay. Because being peaceful and relaxed about it is part of health as well. There's so many components to health: mind, body, spirit. And in the mind, if you're not healthy and calm and relaxed, you might be ruining your health, even if you're getting all the organic food, pasture raised, and you're soaking it. And so anyway, I just wanted to come on here and say the diet that's best for you is the diet that's best for you, and only you can figure that out. So I will be sharing in the weeks coming some of the things we do to eat healthy as a family. So keep on the lookout for that. If you're interested in watching more Mama's take on nutrition, please go in the description box below. And finally, please hit subscribe. I have some exciting plans for this channel, and I want you to get the updates for it. So hit that bell notification icon so you can see when I upload, and you can be around for these big, fun, cool things to come. Okay, we'll see you later. Bye.